What's going on, Joe fans? Mr. 1013 here, coming with another review. This time we're going to take a look at G.I. Joe Classified Series Storm Shadow figure number 17. But this Storm Shadow is from the G.I. Joe Origins film, one of the 5 figures that dropped from that film. And let's get into the box art really quick. So we got the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins logo, G.I. Joe Classified Series logo, Storm Shadow. His box art is very nicely done. I do like, as I always say, the different artists that partake, but you have a nice painted portrait, kind of a washy portrait of Storm Shadow. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology when I say washy, but you know, it's kind of like watercolor, more or less, painting of Storm Shadow right here, which goes right into the side. And I like the red tone that comes over here. And you got the actor right here. You got a Rashikage sign in black back here going down into the red. So I like that balance. And then you got the headlights of the blue. So very nicely done by the artist. On the back, you got the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. Again, this is on the back of all the Origins figures. And then on the side, you have his icons, which we don't know what means. And Storm Shadow Rashikage, figure number 17. And that's the box art. So with these figures, I find they're okay. They could have been a lot better. I don't know if they rushed, if they didn't know that they were going to put these figures out, or if they did know. But just let's take a look at Storm Shadow. This is just one piece of, I'm not going to say one because he has articulation, but these could have been on the cheaper side of the classified series figures. You know what I mean? It's like he has silver tones on here, or paint apps on here, but everything else is just a cream, like off-white plastic. Everything, like there's no differentiating like mattes and shiny. It's a little bit, but it's not to. This is a bad Storm Shadow. This is a bad Storm Shadow. It could have been a lot better. Definitely could have been a lot better. Let's get into articulation. Head does a full 360, up and down. Arms go out. Actual bicep turns here. He has double jointed elbows. No forearm rotation. Has hinged wrist and a twist. Ab crunch. Got some articulation at the waist. Excuse me. Legs go out. Twist at the thigh. Double jointed knees. And the rockers. No calf. This is all one piece, so no calf rotation or anything. So again, this is figure number 17 out of the line. And again, just looking at the figure, because we didn't get into like the real detail. I mean, there's not really a lot to get into. I mean, they had the molding and everything. These could have definitely been some different paint applications or something else. It's disappointing. I'm so glad we got the Ultimate Storm Shadow, or the original, like the real American Hero Storm Shadow in the classified series. As soon as we did, we also had the Arctic Storm Shadow that was based off the Ninja Force. So this Storm Shadow kind of falls to the wayside. I mean, they did it for the movie, but hey, let's get into his accessories, right? So he comes with 2 katanas. So this, instead of they actually have mold the plastic to have the gold part of the blade down here, and it's not just painted like on the Storm Shadow. Not on the Snake Eyes blade. So they actually gave him swords that actually had some mold in there to differentiate from the blade in that bottom piece down there. Like that they did give him the black and tan handles instead of all black or all tan. So definitely a nice touch on the sword. So very nice on those. He also comes with the back piece to hold his 2 katanas. And he comes with the actor's head sculpt. Again, they do a very good job, and I think this is where the money went. To be honest, now that I think about it, I think this is where the money went. The money went to the head sculpts of the actors. So if anything, if you collecting them, throw the head sculpts on and call it a day. But no, this is very nicely done. Very nice representation of the actors. So very good job with that. So again, holster for the katanas. We're gonna drop those in there, see what how those fitting. Fit solid. Both fit pretty good in there. And I think that might be kind of backwards. So, however you want to do it, that way the blades are not touching. There we go. So that looks a little better right there. So this one doesn't go all the way down because of the handle. So it stops right there. So just be aware that this blade doesn't go all the way down there. And we're going to take a look at Storm Shadow with the head sculpt on there of the actor. Just so we can get a look at that. And there we go. So again, they do a great job. I mean, Hasbro does a great job with the technologies they use to get the head sculpts. So this is very nicely done. I can't hate on that at all. We're gonna pop that right back off. Throw the box back up here. So again, I just wish, and we're getting it now, so I can't even complain. Again, this is like figure number 17 out of the series, and they've been doing very well. They've been doing very well with the figures so far. So again, this has been figure number 17 out of the G.I.Joe Classified series, Storm Shadow. So I appreciate you guys sharing, subscribing, continue to checking out the reviews. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you guys on the next review. Peace.